Hey guys, this is Kaylee here from IntegrateKK/KayleeBlogs. Today I'm going to be making a simple yet delicious creamy mushroom spaghetti and serve it with crispy pancetta. So in here I've got 2 cloves of garlic, so it's 1 clove of garlic and 2 teensy-weensy cloves of garlic, which equal 1 really, so it's 2. 1 chopped up spring onion, salad onion, green onion, shallot, scallion, whatever you want to call it, and half a white onion, roughly chopped up. Once you smell your ingredients, just infusing away, salt, and you want to make sure that your onions have softened. I can smell it already, delicious. So you want the onions to really have softened and really have done its job, like so. You can really smell it. Now it's time to add in our mushrooms. So here I'm adding chestnut mushrooms or brown mushrooms. They're my favorite out of all the non-Asian mushrooms, or the British. They're my favorite out of the British mushrooms. So add as much as you like, just finely slice them up. Give them a stir in the pan. Cook these until they have started to soften up before doing the next step. I would add a little bit of salt along the way, cooking these as well. Ooh, these look so delicious. I'm trying to stop the filming, but it's not really working. So just carry on. I don't know why it's not working. Stop filming. So at this point, you'll be able to really smell the mushrooms. You really, really want to smell the mushrooms and how glorious they smell. Now we're going to do our next step. You might not be able to see, but you can sort of see that the mushrooms have really salted down. In go my chopped up cherry tomatoes. Now I chopped up about 10 cherry tomatoes into quarters. That will go in, and you will mix it in. It does sound a little bit weird, but it's delicious. Okay, trust me. So you always want to keep the heat roughly at about a medium low, and you want to just cook off the tomatoes until they have softened slightly, and then you can get on to the next step. Okay, so the tomatoes have started to soften up as well and really soaked in the delicious mushroom. Next step, add in our cream. Now for this I am using double cream. It's best to use double cream. You don't have to. There's always other options, so please look out in your local grocery store or supermarket for another option. So you want to add about half the bottle, or the whatever you call it. It says 300 mils, so roughly about 150 mils. There we go. Stir this in and then season it with just a pinch of salt and black pepper, and just to make it, you know, a lot more creamier, delicious. This is what you do. Just pour all that cream on top. Always go ahead and put in a little bit more if you think there's a need. Stir it in. Season. Oh, delicious. Black pepper. Season well. Stir it in. You can always go ahead and use fully grounded. I sometimes like to use that as well, but for this it's okay not to. Done with the seasoning. Once it starts to boil or start to heat up, you can go ahead and do the next step. Delicious. You can see it's really boiling away, so next thing's next. I'm going to add in my basil. Chopped up fresh basil. Basil is very optional. You can add whatever herb you desire. I just happen to like basil and have basil. So, basil. I'm also going to go ahead and just pop on the side the basil stalk. Gives it a lot of flavor. At the end we will take it out. Just put it in there for a couple of minutes just to give it a little bit of flavor. Once the basil has gone in, we can go into the next step. So the sauce is completely done. Now what you can then do is plate up your pasta, spaghetti, and just put this on the top of that. Or you can do it like I do, which is the best option in my eyes. Haha. This is a bomb. Now make sure you turn the heat down to the lowest setting so you're not overly doing a spaghetti. You can also use pasta, tagliatelle, penne, linguine, fusilli, all the other types of pasta options available. So just stir it in and I'll show you guys the next step. That is our spaghetti just about done. So we're going to turn the heat just up for another 10 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now turn it right down and immediately remove it off the heat while we get on to our next step. Now you want to take a pan. Now as I said before, I'm serving it up with crispy pancetta. So take a pan, turn it on to medium-high, and then once the pan has heated up, turn it back down to medium-low, and without adding a single drop of oil, you're just going to dunk in as much pancetta as you like. And after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it will become so crispy, it's insane. Now this is very optional. If you don't like pancetta or you don't eat pork, you can use smoked salmon and just pop a little bit on the top of the spaghetti. It's delicious also. It will shrink once you put it in the pan, and you just don't want to touch it for a minute or so on each side. Probably a minute and a half just to get it crispy. Pancetta is done. There's not a drop of oil which I put inside, and a lot of oil just popped straight back out. That will go on top of my spaghetti, and dinner time. And there you have it, lovely, delicious mushroom creamy spaghetti with crispy pancetta. That's it for now. Peace out and all the love.